Battle Through the Heavens, Chapter 106. A silent departure toward the vast world beyond. Having fulfilled his promises to his clan and secured a temporary leave from the academy, Xiaoyan now prepares to leave the only home he has ever known. As he stands at the city crossroads, the weight of his departure settles in, marking the end of his stay in Wutan City. Ahead lies a vast, unpredictable world where his true training under Yao Lao's guidance is about to begin.
Xiaoyan stood at the center of the crowded crossroads, the noise of the city washing over him like a tide. He looked back at the streets where he had spent more than a decade of his life. A heavy sigh escaped his throat. He clenched his fists tight, as if trying to squeeze a spark of courage from his own bones.
The world outside,
he whispered.
It must be full of wonders.
He forced a quick smile, shook the gloom from his mind, and stepped into the flow of people until he vanished into the throng. He spent his final 2 days in silence, gathering supplies and preparing for the road ahead. Yao Lao sensed his mood and stayed quiet, leaving the boy to his own thoughts. Xiao Shuner followed him like a shadow, her eyes clouded with a deep, aching pull of longing. Xiaoyan did not know how to fix the sadness in her, so he just spoke softly and stayed close, trying to lift the weight from her shoulders. On the morning of his departure, Xiaoyan stretched his muscles in the family courtyard. He had already seen his father, Xiao Jian, to deliver the news. Xiao Jian had not wanted to say goodbye, but the man understood. Wutan City was too small for a talent like his son. The eagle had grown, and it was time for it to strike out for the high heavens.
Xiaoyan, if you find the chance, head toward Thatchmax City at the border of the Jama Empire.
His father had told him in the study.
Your older brothers are out there. They started the Macthiat Mercenary Company. I hear they are doing well for themselves.
Xiaoyan smiled at the memory. His brothers had left right after their coming-of-age ceremonies to find their own paths. He had not seen them in years because of the distance in their work, but the blood bond was still strong. As he turned a corner, a soft voice stopped him in his tracks. Instructor Roy Lin stood by the road, a gentle look on her face.
Why are you not at the recruitment plaza?
Xiaoyan asked with a grin.
I came back for a few things. Xiao Shuner is covering for me,
she said, walking toward him. Her eyes scanned his plain clothes.
So, you are really going?
Yeah.
Zhao Yen said, rubbing the bridge of his nose.
Are you not going to say goodbye to Xiao Yu or Xiao Shuner?
No. It is better this way. No tears, no long faces. I will just slip out.
He shrugged, keeping his tone light. What?
You make it sound easy,
Ruolin said, a hint of a frown touching her lips.
but you are leaving a lot of heartache behind.
She went quiet for a moment.
I hope to hear news of a certain someone storming the Yunlan sect a year from now.
Xiaoyan blinked, then gave a sharp nod. He did not have to ask how she knew about his history. Gossip in the clan moved faster than fire. He talked with her for a few more minutes, then turned and walked away until he disappeared at the end of the path. Back in his room, he pulled 3 storage rings from under his pillow. He slid a dark red one onto his finger and tucked the other 2 inside his robes. He did not have much to carry. He stood in the doorway and looked at the empty room one last time. He pulled the door shut, and the final sliver of sunlight vanished as the wood met the frame. Xiaoyan left without a word to anyone. He wore common clothes and carried nothing in his hands. He walked through the main gate, passing the guards who bowed with respect. They had no idea their young master would not be back for years. At the recruitment site, Xiaoxuner sat with her head down. Her eyes were unfocused, and a shadow of grief sat on her brow. Anyone could see her mind was somewhere else entirely.
Xiaoxuner, have some water.
A handsome young man named Lin Nam stood beside her, smiling as he held out a cup. Lin Nam was the strongest student in the group, a 7-star doge. He was not like the arrogant Luo Biu. He had a gentle, polished charm that had won over most of the girls in the academy. Xiaoxuner looked up, her expression cold and flat.
No, thank you.
Lin Nam did not let the rejection show. He just shrugged and smiled.
We would have been overwhelmed today without your help. It was a lot of work.
Instructor Ro Lin asked me to help, so I did.
She said. She tilted her head and looked at him.
Senior, can you leave me alone for a while?
Lin Nam's smile twitched, but he nodded and walked back to the tents. Luo Biu was waiting for him.
Getting the cold shoulder, Lin Nam. She does not seem to care for you.
Interest takes time to build.
Lin Nam said, watching Xiaoxuner from the shadows.
I have never seen a girl like her. There are only a few in the whole academy who can even compare.
She is tight with that Xiaoyan kid.
Luo Biu muttered. Lin Nam drained his water.
The one who fought Ru Lin for 20 rounds? He has talent, sure, but he is leaving her alone for a year. That is more than enough time for me to make her forget he exists.
He grinned, confident in his own charm. Instructor Ruo Lin ran into the yard a moment later, stopping in front of Xiaoxuner. She was breathing hard.
He is gone,
she whispered.
Xiaoxuner's hand gave a tiny tremor. She sat in silence for a long moment, then stood up. Her face was like a mask of stone. She walked straight toward Lin Nam and Lo Bu.
She said, her voice low and steady as she stared at Lin Nam.
Would you like to spar with me?
Lin Nam was caught off guard. Then he grinned.
Since you asked, I will not refuse. I will lower my power to match yours.
Xiaoxuner did not blink. She just turned and walked into the training tent.
Watch yourself.
Luo Bu warned.
She is a 6-star Dou Qi.
I hit 7-star 2 months ago.
Lin Nam said, smoothing his shirt.
This is a good start. Girls are most vulnerable when they feel abandoned.
He followed her inside, leaving a jealous Luo Biu behind. A few minutes passed. The tent flap flipped open. Xiaoxuner walked out, her face calm and untouched. She looked up at the setting sun. By now, Xiaoyan was likely already beyond the city walls. She turned her gaze to Luo Biu.
If I ever hear anyone speak ill of my brother Xiaoyan again,
she said softly,
I will kill them. Senior.
Luo Bi could not force a smile. A sudden deep chill crawled up his spine. Xiaoxuner walked away without another word. Ruo Lin and Luo Bi rushed into the tent and froze. Lin Nam was curled on the ground in a heap. His handsome face was a mass of purple bruises and broken skin. Scattered across the dirt next to him were a dozen bloody teeth.